Do you know the life of Emperor Taizong of Tang Li Shimin, the celestial strategist of ancient China? In the 18th year of the Sui Kai Wang era, a newborn arrived at the Li family mansion in Wugong County, Shanxi, bearing his parents' hopes of saving the world and bringing peace to the people. He was given a name that would shine in history, Li Shimin. This young boy possessed a dragon's demeanor and a phoenix's bearing with a dignified appearance. At the age of 15, he married the 13-year-old Guan Yinbi, and the two fell in love at first sight, pledging to grow old together. By the time he was 16, Li Shimin had already demonstrated both literary and martial prowess. That year, he devised a strategy to rescue Emperor Yang of Sui, who was besieged at Yanmen. The following year, he saved his father Li Yuan from deep within enemy lines amidst tens of thousands of troops. This dazzling imperial star of the Waxia night sky made his grand entrance in such a manner. By then, the Sui dynasty was on its last legs, and the chessboard for contending for the world was set. The young master of Taiyuan persuaded his father to make the decisive move against the Sui. In August of the same year, to the sound of the rebel army's horns, the 18-year-old young general entered Chang'an. In 618 AD, a new era for the nation began with the founding of the Tang Dynasty. That year, the 20-year-old Li Shimin was enfeoffed as the Prince of Qin. Faced with the chaotic situation of multiple rebellious forces, he chose to set out on campaigns once more. Over the next 4 years, he successively pacified the separatist forces of Zhu Rengao and Lu Wuzhou. At the Battle of Hulao Pass, he defeated 2 kings in a single battle, securing the foundation of the empire. Upon his triumphant return, the 24-year-old young man was granted a special title, Celestial Strategist. This celestial strategist, who had defeated 100,000 enemies with just 3,000 men at Hulao Pass, had reached the pinnacle of power for a subject. Li Shimin was now poised to ascend to the supreme authority of the Tang Empire. On a morning in 626 AD, Li Shimin led his followers in the Xuanwu Gate Incident, officially becoming the helmsman of the Tang Empire. The following year, the Zhenguan era, where doors were left unbolted at night and lost items were left untouched on the road, finally began. After 3 years of diligent governance, the once defiant Zhili Khan was presented at the capital. The 32-year-old Li Shimin was honored by the surrounding tribes with the title of Heavenly Khan. The Tang Empire was now entering a flourishing age of governance, but his family was about to face heart-wrenching sorrow. At the age of 38, his beloved Guan Yinbi, who had accompanied him through campaigns and governance, passed away. Having lost his childhood sweetheart, Li Shimin was plunged into profound grief. 8 years later, he endured another excruciating ordeal as his sons fought among themselves for supreme power in his twilight years. This turmoil ended with the rebellion of Crown Prince Chengqian, whom he had dearly loved. His most beloved wife had already departed, and his eldest son had turned against him. Through his painstaking efforts, Chengqian was stripped of his status as heir apparent and reduced to a commoner. In the same year that Chengqian died in Qianzhou, Li Shimin threw himself into the campaign against Goguryeo. Exhausted from the battles and weighed down by sorrow, the no longer young Li Shimin's health became like a candle in the wind. In July 649, after entrusting all state affairs, this model legendary emperor passed away on the perpetually green Zhongnan Mountain at the age of 52. Born into the Li family of Wugong, he was named Shimin, meaning save the world and bring peace to the people. At 15, he married Guan Yinbi, pledging to grow old together. At 18, he entered Chang'an as a young general. At 20, he was enfeoffed as the Prince of Qin. At 24, he became the Celestial Strategist. At 32, he was honored as the Heavenly Khan. At 38, he lost his beloved wife. At 52, he passed away on Zhongnan Mountain. The dazzling imperial star of the Waxia night sky, Li Shimin lived a life that illuminated the pages of history.